My name is Alan.
My name's Evan. And welcome to All My Friends. Dude, that was so legit.
Hilarious. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom. Should be our first sentence.
First off, want to thank our moms.
Dude, I would love to thank our moms on the first intro.
Yeah.
On the first episode. It feels like the right thing to do, because without our moms, we would not be here, sitting on these couches that you own, recording a podcast.
Yeah. We're going to call this recording a podcast.
Is the record button on?
Yeah.
You're damn right. That's the beauty of the podcast world, Alan. As we get into this journey together as friends, we have to realize that the podcast world is the wild, wild west of the internet.
Ours is because we don't have a studio. We barely have
Dude, we
gear.
are so rogue. So for those of you listening, Alan and I, before recording this, we had a conversation. Should we get nicer mics? Like, I've been talking with some other people that do podcasts, and they have got nicer mics. They're condensed. Someone used the word condensed to me when they were talking about their microphones. We don't know what that means. But
I know what it means. You don't know what it means.
Alan caved in to the man and wanted to get nicer mics, and I responded with, hell no. We want to be the bad boys of the rogue podcast world, all right? When people are getting all clean and shiny, we're getting grimy, baby. We're taking the interviews to the streets. We're asking the questions that you're afraid to ask to the artists we like.
Evan edited out the question I wanted to ask.
No. Dude.
You did edit it.
We'll get to that later. That's a later episode. That's how Dude, that's what we're going to do. Anytime we do one of these, let's just reference a bunch of things that happen in the future so people have to listen to all of our episodes in hopes that they find out about that crazy story with the lobster and that famous lady. Dude, remember
In the bathroom?
That? In the bathroom with the banana? Dude, on episode 300...
Wow, that's really
dude.
You
Right,
went there.
We'll edit
you
that
went
out.
there. You went there.
Dude,
I think
episode
300 is a little
300.
bit ambitious. Just saying that.
Wow.
Twice a month.
What was our goal for this year? What is our goal,
Twice
Alan?
a month.
To release
25.
Give me a number. Quit interrupting.
25.
We need to be better about this too.
25.
I say something and then you say it.
25.
There you go. See, we're gonna get each other. 25 for the year.
Shit.
Wow, 25 is a lot. Are we counting ones that we split into two as two?
No.
Damn.
We've done this for 1 month and have like 5.
You know, it feels so fitting that we're gonna record our first episode after we've recorded 5 interviews, and we just don't know what to do now. It feels very fitting that this is the time that we're decided to finally.
What if we just never release an episode? We just go a full year of recording interviews.
I'm so
It's
down.
coming out soon. It's
Like I said, we're the bad boys of the podcast world, and the podcast world has no rules, but we're here to break those rules.
What if we just release all of them at the end of the year?
Just keep
Here are
people waiting.
25 episodes.
So the current date right now as we record this, it is Monday.
Monday. I'm okay.
Fuck that. We'll edit that out. It's Monday, January 15th, 2018. So just wait until December 31st, 2018 to get the best artist interview-based podcast you could ever ask for.
Subscribe now.
Subscribe, like, download, resubscribe,
Unsubscribe, resubscribe, leave a comment.
undownload, and then subscribe again. 5 stars.
5-star reviews.
Only, actually, we should go for 1-star reviews only. Anytime we ask someone to review, we go 1 star. You know why? Because we're number 1. That was pretty good. That was pretty fucking good.
Ooh.
Why are we doing this podcast though?
So we can get 1-star reviews.
Dude, so we're number 1?
Yeah.
I kind of like that. Seems like the most appropriate thing. Because there's no way, if we're going to be the rogue podcast that has shitty Amazon microphones, half of them that we've already returned, then we need to live by that because we can't get all fancy and go corporate.
I am selling out the first second we get.
Oh, the first second that someone's like, hey,
Here's
McDonald's wants to sponsor your podcast, I will eat McDonald's for the rest of the year.
Yeah. Where they're like, we'll give you money, but like a few kids somewhere are going to die.
Oh my
we'll
God,
take it.
Alan. Jesus. Podcast.
Oil is being released to the ocean.
No. Oh my. No, but the
Like,
moment
here's $5.
the moment that MeUndies hits us up to run those ads, oh my God, I'm throwing every piece of underwear I have out, and I'm going MeUndies.
10% off, $10 off your first purchase.
I love it.
Hotels
I'm just going
tonight.
to start buying tickets to concerts.
Hotel tonight. looking for a place to stay nearby?
Dude, I'm gonna send out emails to I'm gonna send text messages out to my immediate family asking them to do SeatGeek the day that SeatGeek hits us up. Why would SeatGeek hit us up? Oh, concerts. They do concerts.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I don't know. I always think of it in sports.
Sports? No,
Dude,
they
we
do
need
concerts.
to bleep all these words out. Now they're just getting free promo. Fuck.
We'll call this one a free one. First one is free.
First one is free. There you go.
Second
Hey, SeatGeek. That one's for free. Come back later with like 100 G's and we'll talk about it. 100 G's. Whoa. We don't need to start dropping numbers on the pod because we might get hit in the streets. But, anyways. Yeah, that's why we're starting the podcast, to talk to musicians we like and get 1-star reviews.
And make more money.
Making money would be cool.
Nah.
But I don't think either of us really ever expect any dollars to ever come towards us. But maybe. No, that's definitely not why we're starting it. We're starting it partially because we're two friends that wanted to start something together. And there's a lot of things that we can't do together because we're not talented enough. But everyone else in the world is starting a podcast right now. So we're going to join the wave.
We're just going to do it a little bit more shitty than everyone else.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Everyone's like, oh, let's plan this out and do it well. And we were just like, well, let's just do it.
Dude, it's like when they release, when like the fidget spinners came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, here's the one company that makes the good fidget spinners," and then some dumbass figured out how to make a $2 fidget spinner but still sell it for $11. We're that. Or like when hoverboards were a thing,
Nope.
and the original hoverboard was like $800.
But then the one that like blew up was $200.
Yeah, and then you could buy one now for like $125 because someone figured out how to do it for cheaper. This is us. We're bringing down the overall value of the podcast world.
Nice.
I'm so happy about that. What's each episode going to be like, though? Let's figure that out right now.
Each episode is going to be an interview with an artist or a band. And
Artist or artists.
Yeah, artist or artists. It's going to be a mostly 3-part interview. We're going to try to talk to them about their career, where they are in music, where they are in their current cycle of music. And then we're going to talk about their genre.
Mm-hmm. The state of their genre.
Of their genre.
Let's get that phrase going. State of blank. That's pretty good. And then eventually we'll have T-shirts that say state of blank.
And then we're going to get into some weird, wacky personal questions.
Personal. PP.
Really get to know the artist.
Exactly. Get to know who they are. Our goal is to ask questions. I'm sure we'll ask questions that have been asked before. But that's our goal, is to ask questions that are actually interesting, not the same regurgitated information you get from every radio interview or every like MTV bullshit like, what's your biggest inspiration? No one fucking cares. / you've already heard that information in 18 other spots on the internet. So we're trying to ask these people questions that they've never been asked before, or at least will provoke an answer that is different than the normal one. Right?
Yeah.
Got it.
Try to have a conversation about music instead of just get the same 5 answers.
Yeah. What kind of music? What kind of musicians are we trying to interview, Al?
All kinds. Mostly, probably.
All kinds.
What are we thinking? Like
No.
classical artists? Probably like 50% of
I
our.
couldn't name a single classical artist that makes music right now.
There's John. There's Eric.
You can't just put out blanket names like that. But yeah,
No,
there
no.
probably are.
I got you. Alexander Lewis, opera singer.
Ooh, Episode 5, bro. Episode 5.
Oh, wait. We got the wrong one.
Yeah,
Okay.
wait a minute.
So we got the producer. He plays
Dude,
trombone.
foreshadowing. So you'll have to wait, listeners, to a later date.
Which Alexander Lewis did we get?
Exactly. Opera Alexander Lewis or electronic producer Alexander Lewis. Yeah, I mean, that's part of my hope is that people that listen to our podcast not only have an enjoyable time listening to the conversations and learning a little bit more about a musician they might like, but they also discover. It can be a platform of discovery for people to hear about musicians they didn't know about before, or even just get an insight into a genre that they're not as familiar with as, say, their favorite genre.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely going to hit most of the popular genres currently,
Pop.
pop, rap, hip hop in general,
Ooh.
electronic music, indie.
Shout out to all the rappers. We need some more rappers on the pod.
Okay, we're 1 for 4,
One for
5.
1.5 for 5.
Yeah, 2.
One guy is maybe more affiliated to the rap game than actually in the rap game.
Yeah, produces rap.
What if we weren't talking about the same person there?
Okay, on 3, 1, 2, 3. Overcoats.
Oh, damn it. Dude, you can't quit giving away information about our future episodes.
Can't be our intro.
Dude, this is a really good intro so far, actually. I'm really happy with how this is going. And if you aren't, then this podcast is going to fail because we have creative differences.
All right. Well,
Dude, do you think
heard
there's
it here
anyone in
first.
the podcast world that started a podcast as a group and has already broken off to do a solo career?
Ooh, we could be the first breakup. Well,
Dude,
wait, no.
No,
Sorry. We're taking this back a little bit. We are the first boy band podcast. Group, guys?
no, the boy band podcast. Can we change our name to that? Is it too late? We already did all the artwork that says all my friends.
All the artwork, you mean like the 3 words?
Dude, it took so long to do that. Again, every facet of the podcast world, I'm talking recording, mixing, the artwork of it, we are like mediocre level at it.
I would say we're like C pluses. We're passing. We're passing.
Yeah, we're definitely passing. I think that's going to reflect in our interviews in some ways, but I will give us credit. I feel like we're part of why we wanted to start this is to have insightful conversations. So it's not going to be total chaos and like
The interviews are going to be
all
quality.
sarcasm.
The audio is going to be a little bit less quality.
part of it. But we want you to experience everything in the world. So we don't want to just only solo in on the voices.
We're not going to be in a studio. We're going to be going to venues.
Rogue, baby.
We're going to be in many undisclosed locations. Maybe someone's Airbnb or a house. Maybe some venue they're playing at. Maybe an office.
Probably an office a lot of the times. My goal is to
Maybe
we have many goals.
Maybe live festivals.
Maybe. I got a lot of goals for this pod, but one of them, South by Southwest, just go on the road, do interviews in the streets, guerrilla podcasts, interviewing people like out of a backpack.
Or just do T Swift.
No, we're not at that point. We're not getting there. That's fine.
But you said it was a goal.
It is a goal.
So we really hope you guys like these interviews with the artists we have, and hopefully you discover new artists and new music, and hopefully you know some of them and enjoy the conversations we have with them.
Yeah, that's the hope. If nobody likes this podcast, though, and we do it for fun, I'll still be happy.
Yeah, and whether you like it or not, give us 1-star reviews because we're number 1.
Yep.
Subscribe and unsubscribe, and then subscribe again.
Yep. But for real, if no one else likes this podcast, I will be so okay with it because the podcast is called All My Friends for a reason. So we're doing this with one of my best friends, you. Shout out to you, Alan.
Shout out me.
And then the new friends we made via interview.
Yeah, we already have a few episodes ready to go, so hopefully you guys will be hearing them soon. So stay tuned.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Love you.